Hi, welcome to Sue Marie P. My name's Sue and today I'm going to share how to make this delicious Italian lemon cake. I recently came across a Jamie Oliver video that was making this cake called the Amalfi cake. I've done a few little tweaks, but it's fantastic. If you're looking for a gluten-free cake that's got no dairy in it, it's made with olive oil, then this is for you. It's so zingy and delicious. So if you'd like to see how I make this delicious Italian lemon cake, come with me and let's see. So step 1, boil a whole lemon for 20 minutes. Then chop the lemon up and remove all the seeds. Then we need to puree the lemon with 3/4 cup or 200 ml of olive oil until it's all smooth. Add the whisk attachment to your mixer. Pop in 4 large eggs, 1 cup or 250 grams of caster sugar or white sugar, and whisk it until light and creamy for about 3 minutes. So while that's mixing, we need to prepare our cake tin. Grab a 20 centimetre round spring form cake tin and add butter to the bottom and to the sides of the ring. Make sure you do the butter on the right side, not like me in the video where I did it on the wrong side. Add a small ring or square of paper and secure it. Whoops, that's right, I flipped it over because I did it on the wrong side. And I'm doing a voiceover because I forgot to turn my microphone on. So now the cake tin's all ready and waiting, and I'm just going to place it on a tray. A little handy hint, in case your cake tin leaks, it's always good to pop it on a tray. Next step, check that your eggs and sugar are light and creamy and scrape around the sides of the bowl. Remove the whisk attachment and add the paddle attachment. Now we're going to add in 250 grams of ground almonds and 100 grams of polenta. Gently mix that. Oops, I forgot to add my puree of lemon and olive oil. I probably should have added that before I popped in the dry ingredients, but we're going to mix it all together, so it should be fine. Scrape out to get all the last bits of lemon and olive oil. Gently mix 2 bursts of 20 seconds. Be careful not to overmix because we don't want to destroy any of that fluffy egg whisking. Check, stop and scrape. 1 more short burst for 20 seconds. Now we're ready to pop it in the cake tin. Now what I should have said was you need to preheat your oven to 160 degrees C fan forced or 180 degrees. And we need to bake the cake for 40 to 45 minutes. We're going to test it with a stick of spaghetti. So while our cake's baking, I'm going to do an optional sugar syrup. So I've just got my little induction hob here, a small saucepan. I've got the juice of 1 whole lemon, so I'm going to pop that in. And I've got 75 grams or half a cup of icing sugar or powdered sugar, as it's called in some countries. Now what Jamie Oliver did, he did 150 grams of a honey syrup with lemon juice, which he then served with the cake. But what I'm going to do this version and pop the sugar syrup on as the cake's cooling, because I've done different polenta cakes before and I prefer this way, and then it's just something that I can drizzle on and then it's already done. So what I'm doing now, I'm just heating this up and making sure all my icing sugar is dissolved. And this will take about 5 minutes. And then we set it aside and cool it. But if you want to leave this off, just leave it off and maybe serve the cake with a little sprinkle of icing sugar, which is very Italian. They do that on so many cakes, it looks so pretty. I don't know if you can see that. My icing sugar is already melted. But I'm just going to boil it up and then I'll reduce the heat and put it on the side to cool down. And then I'll show you what we do with it later. The cake timer or the oven timer's gone off, so I'm going to get the cake out and check it. It's looking and smelling delicious. Let's just check the middle. Now, a very Italian way is to grab one little piece of spaghetti and pop it in. And if the spaghetti comes out clean, it's good, it's perfect. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to gently poke a few more holes in, and I'm going to grab my cooled syrup that I made before and just pour it over the cake. Oh, the other tip I wanted to tell you was, if you're making this cake in a spring form tin like I did, placing it on a tray to pop into the oven ensures that there's no spills in the oven in case your cake tin leaks. I know sometimes when my cake tins have become a little bit old, they're not as secure as they first were. That's really thick. So I'm just going to let this cake cool down. Then once it's completely cool, we'll do a taste test, which will probably be tomorrow because the cake is better the next day. So I'm going to let it rest overnight. Once it's completely cooled, you can pop it in the fridge, or you can even chop it up and freeze it for a few days or a few months. Okay, we'll come back tomorrow and do a taste test. Hi, so we're back the next day with our cake, and I had it in the fridge overnight. So I'm just going to chop into it. Pop that there. But I need a knife. It's always a little bit tricky to cut without a knife. So I've got a few strawberries that I've sliced because I love this cake with strawberries. I'm going to have a smaller piece, I think, and I'll give the larger one to my husband. It's still early here, so we're going to have it for morning tea, but I'm not going to serve it with any cream or ice cream. I'm just going to dust it with some icing sugar because that looks really pretty. And you can dust the whole cake with icing sugar. Let me dig into it. So I'll take some photos and overlay them on the top so you can see what it looks like. It's so zingy and it's just a citrus joy. So if you're looking for a gluten-free, dairy-free lemon cake, or just cake to make for dessert, this one's delicious. So I hope you've enjoyed my Italian lemon cake today. Gluten-free, flourless, and just so delicious. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up. Share it with a friend, try baking it at home, and let me know in the comments below if you give it a go and what you think of it. And I'll pop some other Italian style recipes above. I'm dreaming of going to Italy. We haven't visited this year, and yeah, I think I'm missing it. So I'll just cook Italian food instead. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.